Okay, welcome one and all to a brand new Cooking with Cougar video. I know this is highly anticipated. Actually, I think one other poster asked for a video sometime. I think it was Daft. So here we go. This is a special 4th of July version, barbecue ribs. I got the wood chips over here. That's a mix of apple, cherry, and hickory. And I've got my spray. That's all apple juice right there. And the ribs. These I went ahead and did, I did the rub last night, and basically they just stay in the refrigerator overnight. The rub is a blend of many different things, a couple of my own special throw-ins in there, but I'll post that for everybody in case you want to see. And I've got the oven on a little under 250 there. These things are going to go in the oven for about an hour and a half, and then we'll resume. One thing real quick before we put these in the oven, I'm going to go ahead and apply this apple juice here evenly. These things are just going to sit in the oven on low. Like I said, you know, most people say 250, so I go a little under that, but right around there, right around 250 degrees is what you want. Okay, the other thing that you're probably going to need if you're doing ribs on a gas grill is you're going to need to make a smoke bomb. So we're going to go through that. Really the only thing that you need is a knife. You don't need the apple juice. A knife, big sheet of aluminum foil, and once these chips get done, I usually leave them in the water for about a half hour. And then you drain them. You don't want them soaking wet, you want them damp. So you got to make sure you do this right, but we'll go over it. Okay, real quick while the chips are getting ready, let me give you a quick tour here. This is the new place, just the downstairs. Let's give you the downstairs. This is the living room here. Lot bigger space now. This is kind of like the cat's room. I really didn't know what the fuck to do with that room, so we're figuring that out. Dining room over here. It's a fucking wedding invitation. Was really hoping to not have one of those this summer. Kitchen, nice big kitchen, so you know I like that. This is like kind of my favorite room right here. This is like my music room. So I've got, you know, basically my setup going there. Places to sit. I'm working on maybe getting a table, but I'm not sure. Here's my vinyl collection. Got going there. And then right out the door here, we got the deck. This is where we spend most of the time today. Yeah. Deck there, Led Zeppelin ashtray. Patio set up. There's the grill ready and waiting. And then this is as ghetto as it gets right here, because I actually unbelievably don't have like an MP3 outdoor player thing. So yeah, that's a Crosley turntable. Sad, but it does play CDs too, so it works. Okay, these things are now, they've been done for a half hour, so what you want to do is you basically want to take about a handful of the chips. You know, anything more than a handful is too much anyway, right? So, okay, take a handful and basically you're going to roll it into a ball and you're going to stick it with that knife so that the smoke can get out. That's pretty much it. Very basic. Okay, as you can see, we got the smoke bomb sitting in the grill, and now we got to take the regular part of the grill and put that back on top. Yes, I'm wearing a doctor's glove because I'm a fucking freak about shit like that. Although, as you notice, my grill is not very clean. I need to clean it, but I figured, well, I'm doing ribs. What's the difference? Also, they say, you know, you can't really trust a guy with a clean grill. Okay, it's officially 10 o'clock, so I think it's okay to start drinking. This is Samuel Adams Hopology Collection Double Agent IPL. Now, when I first started drinking craft beer, this Sam Adams was kind of I would call it my gateway beer. It was one of the first beers that I said that I really liked that wasn't, you know, Dos Equis or Miller Lite. So I've gone away from drinking this guy, but Sam Adams, he's a pusher. So let's try this sucker out. Okay. Nice head there. Looks good. Not bad, not bad. Actually, I think it'll be good for what I need is a decent tasting beer that doesn't have 10% booze in it, and I can drink and not be passed out on the deck in about 3 hours. So I think this will serve my purposes well today. If I'd explain this real quick, this is something I did last year. Basically what I did was I took my iTunes library and I arranged it by year. So this is 71, 72. And then I made a mix of all of my favorite songs that were in my iTunes from that year, and then took a picture off the internet, basically describing, you know, one of the bigger things that happened that year, or you know, just one of the more interesting things. So I know you all know what those pictures are, but and then at this point I've also taken my shirt off, and it's, you know, probably pretty offensive, I would assume, to the neighbors, but just the way I look at it is, if you don't offend somebody on 4th of July, you're not really an American. Okay, beer number 2 is called Red Hook Wise Cracker Wheat, and that says wit, but it's, you know, it's a wheat beer. And I consider myself a wise cracker, so that's why I bought it. I believe this beer was intended for wise crackers to buy. So try this sucker out here. Ribs are almost done in the oven, so we're going to be transitioning to the grill here fairly shortly. Check out this cracker. 2 crackers for the price of 1. Not bad. It's got a little bit of ginger. Too bad I'm not a ginger, that would have worked well. Okay, the ribs are out of the grill, so now I'm going to spray them down with apple juice. Spray down both sides pretty good. And basically you're just going to wrap them in foil, and then you're going to put them on the grill. Okay, there we go, we got our smoke going, and ribs are going to go on the other side of the grill, obviously. You only want one side on, so I turned it down low. Obviously when you're doing these, you want to have high heat to get it going. So now that we got it going, we're going to turn everything down to low. Ribs are ready to go, and okay, this is what's called the Texas crutch, and basically it just means you're putting your ribs in foil. And again, the key to doing this on the grill is to have the heat on this side, have no heat on this side, and place your ribs on the side where there's no heat. Okay, as you can see, we got it right on 250. That's exactly where we want to be. We got smoke coming out of the back of the grill. That's what you want. And this guy right here, this is our apple juice. Every half hour, open the grill, spray them down. Okay, that's the 6th beer, and it's like not even 1 o'clock yet. I don't know if that's something to be proud of or something to be ashamed of. Okay, Stevie, Jamie, I got these ribs have been on. They've been on for a while. We're talking like, at this point, I think 3 to 4 hours on the grill. This is after being on in the oven. So I know you called for a shout out, so I'm going to try and do the best I can. Try and get my girlfriend involved. We'll see if that happens. But at this point, I've gotten rid of the foil. I'm done with the foil. It's done. We're doing the straight sloppy sauce. And as you see, we still got the grill on this side and the ribs on this side. So see how it turns out. I have high expectations. High. There it is, sitting here waiting. It gets to be a waiting game. You know, at some point, it gets to be a waiting game with ribs. I'm a mess. No, at this point I'm a mess. I mean, I'm drunk. I'm pretty drunk. And, I mean, let's be honest, Kiss is playing. I'm drunk, Kiss is playing. I'm waiting for ribs to get done. Pretty, yeah. I'm pretty much, can't even say it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty much redneck at this point. So.
Shout out to Stevie173 and Cammy. Happy 4th of July, asshole.
Okay. These ribs are ready to go. Look at that. See that? The bend? That's good. That's what you want. Another thing that you can do is you can take a toothpick, and what you can do is basically poke into the fattiest part of the rib, and if it goes straight down, look at that. If they go straight down like that, those ribs are ready. They're ready to go. Stevie, these ribs are ready to go, baby. These ribs are ready to go. Cammy, they're ready to go. These are ribs that they're done. These ribs are done. They're gonna melt in your mouth. Okay, that's what the full meal looks like. That's the corn, that's the potato, that's the full rack of ribs. Jesus.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay, I've finished eating the ribs, and I'll be honest, that was pretty fucking good. I mean, they were on that grill for, Jesus, they were on there for hours. I mean, when it gets down to it, the real trick to ribs, there's no real trick to ribs. What it comes down to is slow and low. So as long as you have them on low heat and you're not grilling them, directly on the flame, and you're cooking them however you want to cook them. You can do dry rub, you can add barbecue sauce, you can do whatever you want. As long as you do it at a low and slow pace, well shit, I mean, fuck, I don't know what time it is. I have no idea. I mean, it feels to me like it's like 7 or 8 o'clock. It could be like 4. But anyway, they've been on for hours. They were on hours and hours and hours. The trick is cook them off center heat. Do not put a flame right below the ribs. So if you have a flame on and it's on low heat, that's a good idea. And if you have the ribs on the other side of that flame, that's also a good idea. Fuck, I am wasted. God damn it, I gotta stop talking. Okay, so that's it. Whatever. Maddie, I don't know. I'm not sure how, secure you are with your girl, but I would nail you. I would nail you. Or I would allow you to nail me. Oh, fuck, I gotta stop talking. Alright, bye.
You didn't do those ribs the way I wanted.
What?